Get blast, blast, bass, blast.
Hey, what's up, guys? Charbrusier here. I know this is kind of I'm gonna do a commentary video. I'm not gonna do live commentary with video games because if you watched another one of my videos, you would know how this goes. So they're not very fun to do, especially with me, because I'll just get angry. So yeah, today I just wanted to apologize for that last video. I'm not gonna take it down only because it's just I don't think I should take it down, so this way it's more open and it's not like like that. But I came to tell you guys a little bit of a story, and this story is about when I went to school and I fell off the high dive. So basically, what I was doing was we were all getting up. It was PE, and I was at school, and we were all getting up to do the diving and whatnot. We all have to do a dive off the high board for credit in school and blah blah blah. And we had 10 minutes of extra free time, and everybody was doing front flips and all these tricks. So I was like, oh, well, I don't want it. Why don't I just do it myself? I mean, it's a new school. I should probably prove these people that, I'm swag when it comes to this type of stuff. And it didn't go exactly as I planned. So everybody was doing like this 360 cannonball thing, and I was like, okay, I can do that. I'll just copy what they're doing and then continue on further and further. Yeah, basically, we were running around on the board, and I was running off, like, to go do the thing, and little did I know that it was, like, super wet. Like, I knew it'd be a little wet, but I didn't think it'd be, like, soaked in that spot, because this kid dried out his shorts and, like, ringed it out on the top of the edge of the thing. I don't know why he did it. He's stupid. I don't remember who did it, but, oh my god, it hurt. But basically, I went to go do 360 cannonball, and that's what I screamed. I was like, 360 cannonball! And then I went to go turn, and my foot just kind of slipped off, and it was just like, and like that would have been my last words. Like, I could have died right there. And I did this flip, and like all the cool kids were like, oh my god, dude, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. And they just burst out in laughter, like, bro, I'm weak. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. And yeah, so I fell off, and I hurt myself. The coach, I literally did all the things that the coach told me not to do. He told me not to run on the high dive. He told us not to do cannonballs, which he didn't tell anybody else to not do cannonballs, but he ended up telling me when I got in a little bit of trouble. But he told us not to run, not to do cannonballs, and not to scream. Like, those were her 3 top rules. And apparently, I broke all 3 in one turn. All 3 rules were broken right there, right off the bat. And I think the only reason I didn't get in trouble was because I kind of had karma coming, and I fell. I slipped off, and I fell straight into the pool, belly flopped, and yeah, and I still have like a bunch of cuts all over my leg from it because my leg scraped along the board. It was pretty bad. I couldn't wear jeans for like a week because it just hurt so much. That was probably the most embarrassing thing that could have ever happened to me. But yeah, I just thought I might share that with you guys. Yeah. And the next thing I want to talk about is how I broke my arm. I broke it when I was about maybe 10 or 11. And there was this girl there, and I was just barely I was just like 8 or 9 or whatever, and I had the crush on the girl. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll be swag, and I'll like, freaking like, let's just do some cool things on the monkey bars. But stupid me, like, okay, so basically my dad was on a date with this girl, and they were both sitting down relaxing. My sister was there. She was super young. She was too young to know what was going on, but she was just relaxing, playing on the swings or whatever. Then my dad's on this date with a girl, and like, they're all chilling out and whatnot. And the other girl there was not related to anybody. She was just there to do the monkey bars with, I think, her other friend, but her other friend left. So I'm like, okay, let's just go over here and do the monkey bars. So it rained, obviously, because I was trying to climb on top of the monkey bars, and I slipped. Like, I was trying to jump through the monkey bars, and I slipped, and I fell face first, and I just planted right in the ground. My arm was all dug in the sand, right? I had no idea what was going on, and my dad was like threw his girl that was on the date with her like to the sky. Like she went flying, and it was like I'm almost 300% sure she hit her head on the top of the little gazebo thing at the top. I'm pretty sure she just right on top. I don't remember because my arm was broken, and that's the only thing I was worried about. And he like rushed me into the car, and I feel so bad for that little girl. She's probably scarred for life. She watched me break my arm. I got up, ran towards my dad. He came at me, and she's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, I don't know. And we were literally gone in like less than 2 seconds. He picked me up. That girl, whatever, she got in her car because she knew what was going on. She rushed her son in there. My sister was in the other car because my dad didn't want her seeing me, and we were gone. That little girl that was there was probably scared shitless because she was just standing there in awe as we all just zoom right down the road to the hospital. I don't even know. It was like we were there for like 10 minutes. So it was like probably like so overwhelming for her, and I feel really bad. Girl, if you ever watch this, which I super entirely doubt because I'm not that big, but if you're watching this, I am so sorry. But yeah, I broke my arm. Apparently, like, I still have a scar on my wrist from it because the bone was just barely trying to pop out. And I had and then when I got there, I didn't know how my arm was broke, but when I like woke up, because they put me on morphine or whatever, the doctor said it's been like 11 years since he's seen somebody fork break their arm. I'm gonna put up a fork break on the screen, just X-ray, not like real thing, because it hurts. That's kind of what my arm was like. It was like a double Z formation because I had broken my wrist, my arm, and part of my elbow. So I was in that cast from like all the way up to the tips of my finger, not the tips of my finger, but like at the edges of my fingers. Couldn't even move my thumb because they wrapped it around, and above my elbow up to my, like, it was all my forearm and after my elbow and almost reached my shoulder, and it was in there for like 9 months, and like my whole summer was ruined, like almost all my school was ruined because I couldn't do anything. There's like absolutely nothing I could do, and it was so it was like it was the worst thing that could probably ever happen. It was like, I don't remember, it's either 8 months or 9 months. But yeah, when I did break my arm before they put it in the hard cast, they still had it in the sling, And we tried going to school after the first 2 days, which I was drugged up all that time. Like I was legit just like, I was crying, I had a headache. I was in my bed laying with my mom. I think that's like a good time me and my mom ever got like a little bit of bonding, I think. And I was in bed, I was all drugged up. We were watching all these different movies, like all this candy. And I don't think she knew how because I'm her firstborn, and she's like barely reaching her 30s, and she's like, I don't know what to do. And she was just kind of sitting there doing whatever the doctor told her to do, or being the best mom in the world. And yeah, we tried going to school one day, and I was just like, I just bawled in class, and then I was happy, and then I bawled in class, and I was happy. And I think I was just really drugged up. Like, I don't even remember, because they kept telling me that I kept crying in class, having these breakdowns, and then just kind of going back to whatever I was doing. And I broke my right arm, so I couldn't write anything. It's like, I bet you I was probably, I don't know, but I just imagined when I first thought of this, that I was talking to the lady next to me, and like talking about like all this, what I wanted to write on the paper or whatever, and then I just started bawling, and she's like, what, is she okay, kid? And then I'd come back and start telling her again. That's like the first thing that went through my mind. And then yeah, basically after that we decided to take me home, and then I actually didn't go back to school until my hard cast was on. And when I got my cast off, I didn't even go to school for the other week because my arm was so scaly and it was so red because it was so itchy, and like all this stuff had happened, and like we legit had to go to and get the cast taken off, like I don't even remember how many, like 2 times, because it was all wrapped up, and they didn't want to, like, because if you don't itch something after a while, it like could get like infected or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty scary. But if you don't itch it, because that's like a germ trying to infect your skin, and when you scratch it, you kind of get rid of it. And it was just like, it was so red and like bumpy, like right where I was itching. And oh my god, it was scaly. I looked like a lizard, I bet. And yeah, that was probably the like worst thing that could ever happen to somebody when they break their arm. But yeah.